G'day everyone, how are we? Um, so we're basically up to the conference championship part of our leagues this week. Bit quieter. I've got a lounge room full of kids sleeping behind me, so uh, lovely. It'd be lovely to get a nice quiet space to do this, but it doesn't exist in this house, unfortunately. So, um, all right. So I'll just go through from conferences. Um, so last week, the number one seed got knocked out in the Brown Conference. Bad luck there to Jake, but he ran into a monster with Perry's Redskins, who put up over 500 on the week. You're not going to lose too many of those games. Although, so she's definitely set up a hell of a matchup with what Staten Island Staples did last week. Sean's team, 527 points. So if we get a repeat performance of that from these two teams this week, it's going to be pretty crazy. Yeah, so Jakey was the first of the number one or number two seeds to go down, according in order, obviously. So, Perry's always a tough matchup. Every league he's ever been in, he's always pretty damn competitive, regardless how the regular season goes. So, as is Sean's team, actually. He's generally pretty damn competitive across all of his leagues that I've got him in. So, I expect nothing less out of this game this week. Yeah, she should be a hell of a game. I haven't got that up there actually. The which one? Oh, sorry. Did I say Brown Conference first? That's Lambeau Conference. Brown Conference here. The Brown Conference. The Dayton Triangles. One of my teams bowed out, as I figured it probably would. I don't know. It just had a bad week. I didn't think it was that good a team either, to be honest. So. Which means the Dallas Texans got through Devo and managed to get a win against Miami Seahawks. Chris Anderson bowed out as well. So Devo will go through as the number one seed at the moment, and we'll play the New York Cardex, Dave Malone's team, this week. Obviously, we have had some games go so far, or one game go so far this week, but I'll touch on that when I do the preview. It's probably the matchup I expected to happen, to be honest, in this conference. So, all right, Lombardi Conference. The number two seed Hartford Blues, who by every metric known to mankind, just come across as probably the luckiest division winner I've seen. Just the points just weren't there. But to be honest, there was a point on after Monday's games where I started to question whether my Legion team would manage to pull off the win. They did finish strongly, but yeah, it was looking a bit sketchy there for a while. And then Boston Redskins, Steve Peters' other team, managed to roll past the Rochester Jeffersons in a fairly low scoring sort of affair. So sets up the Legion up against the Redskins for the conference championship in Lombardi division. And then last conference, this one. Look, I don't want to talk too much about this. My Hammond Pros team somehow won, but when the other team doesn't even submit a lineup, it makes it it's pretty shit, really. So whatever. I'll take the win, but not necessarily deserved. But Yeah, you get that. Don't know what happened to. Yeah, don't know what happened to Caleb here. I don't know whether he just wasn't able to log on or what the deal was. Whether he thought his season was over. I don't know. But yeah, a bit disappointing. I think he had about 5 players play that didn't play. So yeah. And then in the other game, the top-rated team in the league, the LA Dons, went down to, if you look at the regular season scoring, it would have been the number 3 overall scoring team in the regular season in the entire league, the Chicago Cardinals. Their record didn't match their points, but they were still a pretty damn good team and a very dangerous opponent for the Dons. And it worked out that way, to be honest. Bad luck to Jake and Matty. They were basically rated as the best team in the league, pretty much the entire league season. But that means shit all, doesn't it? In the playoffs, anything can happen. And about an 8-point loss. It actually got much closer than it was for a long time. So I think there was about a 40 to 50 point gap there for a long time on the Monday night football game. But they must have closed it up pretty late. I think Trey Hendrickson might have got a sack there that started to put some pressure on Mike Matheny's Cardinals, but Cardinals prevail, win, and probably go through as a pretty dominant favourite in this next week. What I want to touch on is sort of heading into next week. This is how the seedings will sit as it is right now. Well, not right now, but the 8 teams that are left. So the Boston Redskins would be the number 1 seed if they were to win. Because of their record, they finished at 19-5. Where are we? Yep, 19-5. I think they actually had the best record in the league. So, yep, 19-5 was the best record. Then the Dallas Texans would be the number 2 seed at 18-6. Then the Racine Legion would be 3 seed and a 17-7. Hammond Pros would be also at the 4 seed at 17-7 as well. Staten Island Staples 15-9 would be the 5th seed. The New York Cardex also 15-9 would be the 6th seed. The 7th seed would be the Chicago Cardinals. Very dangerous 7th seed. Yeah, because of their 14-10 record during the regular season. And the Washington Redskins, if they win, will be the last seed. They can't avoid that. They come into the playoffs as a 500 football team. So now, what that means, this week we've got the 1 and 3 seed playing against each other in the Lombardi Conference. We've got the 2 and 6 seed playing in the Brown Conference. We got Lambeau will be the 5 and 8 seed. And Hellas will be the 4 and the 7 seed. So, yeah, it just gives you an idea on how it's going to break down next week when we jump into cross-conference play. Once we've worked out who the conference champions are. Yeah. Now, this week's games. Apparently, I picked mine and the Racine Legion Boston Redskins game as the game of the week. Yeah, it probably makes sense. So, like I said there before, 1 and 3 seed. Racine was second highest scoring team in the regular season. Means absolutely crap all at this point though. So, slight favourite there to Racine. over Boston. I think they played each other. It's only saying once there, but we would have played each other twice. Yeah, might be easier to go this way. Now, let's see. So, yeah, 1-1 on the season. So, would have been a win in week 7 to Racine and a win in week 1 to Boston. So, I think they were fairly close games for the most part too. So, 9.16 apparently was their week 7 matchup. So, I expect nothing less. It'll be a close game. Hopefully, from my personal standpoint, I hope the Legion can continue their march. It's definitely hard to keep a good performance rolling over though. So we got Staten Island Staples and Washington Redskins. Very closely rated match by Fantasy Sharks. And it's funny, a common denominator in some of these teams now. Jamar Chase to start with. So we've got Chase in 2 of the matchups there. Yeah, he's been ridiculous this season. Previous matchups, they would have played each other twice too this year. Where are we? So he did, and where is it? 1-1 also. So week 12 matchup, I think, was the win for the Redskins. Week 6 was the loss. Pretty significant win actually back in week 12 for Perry, which was there was a bunch of boys that week too, so that would have made a difference. And Josh Allen was definitely one of them, which is even crazier. So, yeah, look, there's not much in this matchup at all. Both good owners, know what they're doing. Will be very interesting to see how this one plays out. Oh yeah, right. Now the New York Cardex up against the Dallas Texans. I don't see this being a very. I don't see much in this matchup either, to be honest. I know the Texans had a really good season. Why can I not see them if I roll? There it is. Cardex, yeah, 1-1 as well. Week 6 win for the Texans and a week 11 win for the Cardex. There hasn't been much between these two teams all season. They fought the division out right till pretty much the last week of the season. So I can't see this being too much different. Someone got. It's showing up as saying DeMarvin Overshane's in someone's lineup there, I think, but or maybe they're just referring to his. Yeah, it was his last night. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this just shouldn't read this. Yeah, look, I'm not tipping anyone to win games this week. It's best of British luck to everyone. So I think it'll be definitely a close game. Although bad start there, if I'm reading that properly. So might have been a bad start for the Cardex. I'll go over that shortly. So, and last game, the Hammond Pros and the Chicago Cardinals. We would have only played once, and it was a 40-point win to the Hammond Pros back in week 11. The Pros team, my Pros team isn't a bad lineup at all. It's just been hit and miss on when it decides it wants to play and when it doesn't. Finished 7-7, so obviously it played decently for most of the season. So, whereas like the Chicago Cardinals, I think are a really good team. The regular season points don't lie. They've been pretty damn solid right across the board all year. So, just probably just struggling to get the wins. This was a bigger issue. So, I think this will be an extremely close game by the look of this. That's what they generally all are. So, what I want to do now, good luck to everyone in these games. There are... Alright, let's see who's had anyone play. So, the Stapletons had 2 guys play, have they? No, 1, sorry. Different. Yeah, forgetting the leagues. Got a league where we got 21 starters, not 19, not the 20 that are in this. So 12.3 points from Matthew Stafford definitely isn't a great start. 28.6 points from Puka. Definitely very nice start there from Puka to cancel out anything Matthew Stafford did and more. Definitely a good start there for Washington. Not enough players to go that really make a difference. Cardex, we've had 3 players go for 43 points. That's not great. Quentin Lake didn't have a bad performance with 22.16. 16.5 for Isaac Garendo. But, yes, better than I expected, actually. When I seen the couple of 49ers players he had in the lineup, I thought, yeah, this could be ugly. And the Brock Purdy 4.9 points is horrible. Yeah, bad start. Especially because there's a quarterback involved as well. That just makes it harder. All right. The Boston Redskins have had 4 players play, and none for Racine. Brock Purdy again, that 4.97 points is ugly start. 13 points for Jake Moody. You take 13 points from your kicker every week. Diamador Lenore, 22 points, and 9.32 points from Cam Kitchens. Yeah, not the greatest of starts there for Steve Peters' team. From a Racine owner standpoint, I can deal with that. And Hammond Pros and Chicago Cardinals, neither one had players play, which is probably an absolute bonus considering how shithouse of a game it was, to be honest. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. I wanted to touch on the seedings more than anything. And just give you an idea on how that's going to break down heading into next week, because most of us haven't done anything like this before, and it's the time when it doesn't matter whether you're a division winner or not. It just reorders completely across the league on your actual record, then points scored. The fact whether you won a division or not, you can't use that as a tiebreaker. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work. So yeah. All right, anyway, guys, good luck this week. See how it all breaks down. Thanks, so.